I was born to walk through the fire. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My mama raised me with thee. And if you knew my grandma, you'd understand what I mean. I was born for this mission. Do not need your permission to be who I was born to be.
Peace and power, family. Welcome to another episode of I Thought We Wanted Change, where we have real conversations with real people who speak the unapologetic truth. I am your host, Sarah King Vade, and tonight I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Dr. DeSaber, along with Brother Ali and Brother Jay Black. And as always, this panel is here to approach tough conversations with balance, courage, and accountability. Accountability. So tonight's topic is titled Weaponizing the System When Lies Send Men to Prison. So this is not an easy conversation, but to me it's a necessary one because it happens too much, in today's society. So in our community, we understand deeply what it means to be failed by the justice system. We've seen it and it causes real harm. We've seen it like destroy lives in multiple ways, and that's why this discussion matters. So accusations, excuse me, they're very powerful, and that can completely destroy somebody's life. So if we truly want change, we must be willing to talk about accountability on all sides, not just when it comes to not just when it comes to women, but men too. But today's topic is the women. So tonight we're exploring the truth with integrity, due process, and responsibility. So let's get into it. So before we begin unpacking what it really means to weaponize the system, I want everybody on the panel to explain what it means to them.
I'll go first. For me, weaponizing the system is using it um, in the case of what we're discussing now, using it to harm our own people and harming our community.
Right.
Um, my turn. Um, I believe weaponizing the system for black people. Uh, that's more or less what's the word? It's just non-conducive to black power to weaponize the system against other blacks. You know what I mean? It's just not cool.
Mhm.
I'll expound.
Brother Ali.
Just people just lying on you. That's all. That's all it is. Just lies. Lie to
Mhm.
get you in trouble when they can't fight another way.
Right. So let's go ahead and dive into the conversation. When I say weaponizing the system when lies send men to prison, we're speaking about women. And so many women will weaponize the system whenever they get upset with a man, whether it's the father of their child, whether it's their husband, um, any man that they're dealing with at the time, no matter what their relationship is. I've had some females come to me with these fake domestic violence situations to weaponize the man and throw him into jail, and there's just so many ways that the system could be weaponized by hollering rape whenever you weren't raped, and different different ways. So we want to just dive into that, right? So, what do you think can happen to a man's life after an accusation as such?
Doc.
Well, you said what can happen?
Yeah, what do you think happens to a man? Let's say a man that was actually innocent of the crime that he was accused of. What do you think can happen to a man's life after an accusation as such?
Well, legally, he now has something on his record, whether it was founded or unfounded. That's number one, which um, can then be compounded on top of maybe a mistake he might do later, which would never have been there had it not that happened. But then, secondly, ruin his entire reputation and character in his own community that would be almost nearly impossible to recover because people just may not choose to believe it. So that's what I see happening to him. It's tragic. I think they should go to jail.
Yes, that's definitely what happens to a man. In a lot of cases, a man's life can be completely ruined. Um, like Doc said, in society, which people have to understand that that's the way that women will most likely attack a man through society because they don't fight the same way. Men, we get physical. Women talk. So what she can do with that tongue is go tell even your homeboys, your mama, your brother, "Oh, he been over here hitting on me. He stole something from me. He don't be doing nothing for these kids. I be doing such and such out about just anything." And have people calling you like, "Hey, bro, what you been over there doing, bro?" And by the time all of it hits you, she's already did what she did, and it's all behind some emotion. So yeah, a lot can happen to a man's life or anybody's life because a lot of times it trickles down uh past just the man. It can go to the kids. It can even go to her. So, that's a dangerous game.
Brother Ali?
I agree with everything they're saying. I don't really have a comment right now, but they're on point.
Okay. So I believe that allegations spread faster than, before anybody could actually investigate a situation. What do you think about those that actually have been charged with something before, let's say battery of some sort, and they actually change their life around and they're with a female that accuses them of the same thing?
If it's falsely accused, then that it's going to be even more difficult. It basically the chances of his character and the legal issues are almost null and void
Mhm.
because he has a history of it, no matter whether he actually did it or not.
Do you think that we're living in a time where you're actually guilty until proven innocent?
It's always been that way to me. It's always been that way, especially for black men. There's been studies done that just goes to show there was a study shown that you put a uh, dark skinned brother in a courtroom just looking regular clothes, then you put the GQ looking dude in there and the sentences come out different, right? He's got the more stereotypical European featured looks and all of that, and then you got the brothers, you know, and that's just the nature of what it is. People's biases come into play, and they get stuck with that. And if they don't talk right, act right, walk right, look right, they
Mhm.
get put in that box.
So go ahead.
I think on the brothers, we got to take some accountability in the part where when she shows you that she know you got a previous case for this and that, the first time she say something like, I'm going to call your PO, or the first time she make a notion that she would threaten to put another case on you the same as your old case to enhance the consequences, you gotta take heed to that and get on.
I say walk away.
Yeah, you gotta get on.
You got to walk away
Do
because
you
she,
think
she put your life at risk.
to actually just walk away like that, especially if they have, children involved?
That's our problem. The unconditional love that a man has, it makes it very difficult to just leave your woman, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for putting this union together. So you don't want it to break up. Nobody want to tear apart their project. So once she starts showing you these messed up signs and it's late in the game like that, and we already got kids, you more inclined to try to get her to change for the better than to just leave. But sometimes we got to realize, man, this lady been like this for the longest and she been hiding it. And I probably ain't gonna be able to change her now. You know, it you just gotta have that discernment because your life could be at stake.
Yeah, see, and I like what he said about the fact that she's been doing this the longest. That's what I was going to add. It would be different if she had said it one time out of the heat of passion, whatever, and you really was acting a plumb fool, and she said something like that. But then there needs to be a serious conversation later when things cool down, and there needs to be a real deep conversation to say, I need to know if this is what you're really on. I really need to know because I love you. I love the kids. I love the household. But how much love is there going to be if I'm behind bars? How much love am I having for my children and you if I have to fight you and stay out of the system? So we got to look at our perception of love and what that is. And sometimes you got to love yourself so that you can be there for your family.
Right. So if a person, and this is for the men on the panel, if a person accuse you of something like, let's say, hitting her or raping her, whenever you know that you didn't do that, do you think that you have it in you to move on and forgive that or even trust after that?
I can probably forgive you saying that I hit you,
Yeah.
but if you lied and said I raped you, I ain't forgiving nothing. It ain't no coming back from that. I'm not doing that. Cause you accusing me of taking your womanhood. I know I understand that women lie when their emotions involved. I get it. So you got a little grace to tell, you know, some type of fear, but something so serious as to put a jacket on me like I've been raping you, no ma'am. We're not going, never again. It's over.
Anybody else?
No, I ain't forgiving you.
You just said it straight to the point.
Oh,
I ain't forgiving you.
Mm-mm. And I ain't fooling with you either.
All
crap.
right.
So that's over. I gotta go to jail behind you. We done.
Done.
You
Thanks.
know, with whether it's a assault lie or rape lie or any lie that puts you in handcuffs, I'm done.
Agreed. If I gotta go to jail, I'm not forgiving.
Mm.
Yeah.
As a black man, we're gonna have to do time behind your lie. So whether you sit in the county and fight it or you go to TDC and live it, either way it go, I got to deal with having that on my record. I can't take it off. It's gonna forever be there, So uh,
Yeah, and even if you beat the case, some people, well, even if you, and let's say it was dismissed, it's still going to show that you were charged with it, and that's bad by itself. So What do y'all feel about women that carry themselves in that type of manner?
Don't fool with them.
Mm,
Men know, just like a woman know. Men know what type of woman they, what type of females they dealing with. You
Yep.
know, if they young, if they have that type of mindset, it's gonna show off the top anyway. That's something that most women can't hide anyway.
yeah.
So, but we still choose to deal with them because we want something out of it. So when we get what we want, I don't know why a lot of us just don't go our way, but we stay anyway. So
Hmm.
Brother, I
most
think it's because oh, go ahead.
most men like 304s. So you know,
Hmm.
that's what it is. You know, I don't give a damn if you got a woman at home. Most men like 304s. So they will take that chance and get caught up.
That's crazy.
But the women make it. But the women make it easy. You don't make it hard. And we live in a society where it's easy.
A female tried to get me.
Sacred.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was reading this comment. A female tried to get me to cover a story saying a dude raped her and conceived his child, saying he gave her liquor.
Mm, mm.
But 90% of all men have to learn their lesson the hard way. We've all had to. That's just a fact. And any man sit there and say they didn't have to learn a lesson the hard way about dealing with certain type of women, he a liar.
Hmm.
Oh,
We
he
run
don't deal
out.
with no women.
Cause we deal with we run the women off that are good, and we'll mess with the women that ain't no good, and that boat rock both ways.
That I was definitely thinking the same thing. Rocks both ways.
So
True.
it's hard on both sides, man. But that's just what it is. You know, you gotta be wise. You know what you're dealing with, especially depending on where you meet them at. So
Yeah. But some people don't show they crazy until later, though.
This is the truth.
Huh.
yeah, they do. They you know, but I think when you're young, you can't see it. When it's a young man, he don't see it. They really don't. When you're an older man, you tend to see it because you done already been through it. So if you already know what you want from that particular person, that's what you shoot for. If you trying to gal her and you know she ain't no good, that's the problem.
She
That's
claims
the problem.
she
I
woke
think
up.
because a lot of men they look they see a woman that they like, and we tend to look beyond what she telling us. And a
Mm,
lot of times, a lot of times we look at what we see, and we have this thing where we can see the good in you. We can see the future in you
mm,
when that may not even be nothing like what you really like. But you know that imagination of being able to see that, we'll take a chance. Now, I agree with Brother Ali. I can't necessarily say that I'm all the way like that, but I know exactly the dynamic he's speaking of because it's damn near what the culture has been. You know what I mean? And shit, people
Yes.
start messing with people, and what I always say is insecurities match. A person to see somebody with flaws, and although you see the flaws and you know it needs some fixing, you got flaws too, so you don't say nothing. And y'all are able to mesh and be one like that. And so eventually, if anybody start growing, it's gonna be a rift because this was built on the
Awesome.
whole foundation was insecure. You know what I mean? So until people really come to the realization that you need to try to be your best person for your person, then it's gonna always be rifts like that. You know, or you ain't gonna be able to see when somebody's super duper crazy. You wanted to put up with the crazy because you got to look crazy in you too. You ain't tripping on her breaking windows because you climb balconies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, for real. People really like that. Not
crazy.
to not to talk crazy about nobody, but Y'all ever notice how you might see a real short, small man with a real big woman? Or you might see a small man in a big truck or a big woman in a little Dodge Neon? It's because the vessel, it helps soothe the insecurity. They feel the big woman feels small in the little car. The little guy feel big in the big car. He feel like he conquered something with a bigger woman. The big woman don't feel as big with that small man. So the insecurities, they go together, they match. But if that woman was to ever lose weight and get fine, that short man don't look as good no more.
Hmm.
Real talk. If that insecure man, that short man, if he could grow tomorrow, he gonna have the pick of the litter and he probably ain't gonna mess with her no more.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah,
Never
yeah, me neither.
thought-
Damn.
That's probably very true. They'll say it's
Yeah,
not.
nah, it's true. It's true for sure. That's something I've been studying for about 10 years. That right there, the insecurities matching with people is very, very, very accurate. It's very accurate. It's the reason why people enable other people. You, I mean, just say you were perfect. If you were perfect, or if somebody you knew was perfect, they got every right to try to tell somebody else or try to help somebody else to fix themselves. But when you're not perfect, what somebody always tell you, oh, you do this too. You can't tell me you always do this too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
For
when
sure.
you in that standing where you can say something, well, nah, I don't do that. Then they feel like, okay, I can listen to this person. Now I'm trying to bring you up to where I'm at so that you don't have to match with them insecurities at that level.
Or they get resentful and try to bring you down.
Exactly. So they
That
don't have to change.
that's what I went through. Yep.
So, what do you think should happen to a woman that claims that she was raped or assaulted and it wasn't even like really the case?
She need to
Jail.
Lock
go to
her up.
jail.
Lock her up.
She need to go to prison.
Yep.
Yep. It's like the brick lady. Go to jail.
Oh
Or
man, that story was wild. What did she do? Like fill up her face with saline or something like that? That was
No, she
horrible.
had an
Happened.
allergic reaction to something.
I thought they said that she filled up her face with like a needle with saline. Or,
She, supposedly she had an allergic reaction to something and went to the hospital for it. I remember the video when she was in the hospital. This lady really made up a complete story and said some dude wanted her number and she said no, so he hit her in the face with a brick. Mind you, y'all know that was in Houston.
I remember.
We don't even get down like that. Niggas is too player for that. Nobody, you ain't even just bad like that to be even tripping on. But hit you with a brick? Ain't no men gonna stand around and watch no dude hit no random woman in the face with a brick in Houston, man. And we ain't gonna do nothing. The dude gotta be crazy. But you
Mm.
made that up on Casper because nobody did it. You started a GoFundMe, got money, got breaded up,
Mm.
and you got caught in the lie.
Yeah, she went to jail for that though.
Yeah. And she
Good.
got to pay the money back.
Good.
Yes,
Maybe that'll convince other women to quit acting foolish.
so do
shit. No,
you
it
think
won't.
there's
It ain't. It ain't. Ali is not.
do you think that it's I don't know, it's never I don't really drink, so do you think that a person could get so drunk that they don't remember anything that they did the next like during the act or afterwards?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
That,
Absolutely.
that liquor a beast.
It's a beast.
The cold part is this, though. While they drunk and they not remembering, they probably saying some accurate stuff. What they saying is probably true or how they actually feel, but they ain't gonna remember it.
But the drunk mind is a sober mind.
That's right.
So most people say how they really feel when they're under the influence. Just like most guys don't feel as confident when they're not tipsy when it comes to talking to females. They
Yeah.
tend not to approach that really nice looking chick if he's not messed up a little bit. But if
Mhm.
he get a little high, a little drunk, he got, you know,
That
he
courage,
feels
that
confident
leverage.
now that courage because he can walk up and talk to her. But in the other time, he wouldn't say nothing to her. And while you'll find some guys that talk to the little ugly one, cause she easy prey. She looking for something and she wants something.
Yeah,
He trying to get something, so that's a match. But when they
yeah,
come down to the ones that's you know on top of their game, looking good and she got a little bread, he ain't gonna approach them because he know he's gonna get shot down.
yeah,
Insecurities. Insecurities can't match with hers. Gotta match yours with that ugly girl who gonna take anything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever known of a woman, like actually known a woman personally, that lied and said that they got beaten or raped and it wasn't even the case?
Yeah,
Easily.
How did y'all deal with that?
she got checked. You get
mm,
checked just like
If
anybody else.
it's my
So
family,
you check
if
her
it's
the
somebody in
same
my
way you check the
family,
person that did it.
that's right.
Well, for one, you're ruining somebody's life. The only thing that makes me mad is that these women have family members. They have brothers and cousins and uncles that don't do anything. So you sending somebody to jail or somebody's getting their behind whooped because you told a lie. I think I said this before. There are a lot of men in the grave right now and doing time because a woman said that you hit me. Most of these Negroes out here fighting and shooting at each other behind those lies.
Woman, a woman.
The average shooting out here that takes place is most likely behind a female. I still say that if you go around and ask most people in prison, mostly all of them are in jail behind a woman. It's something dealing with a woman. It's either the impression of a woman or you get into a situation behind a female. And men, we kill each other behind stuff like that. So I think she should go to jail when they lie, and they should receive the same amount of time as the person who actually committed the crime. They should go to jail for it.
I agree to that.
great.
If a woman in my family call me and say a dude didn't hit her, immediately right then, because I've been there before. Immediately, right then and there, I'm gonna tell him, if you don't ever want to see him no more, then I'm on my way. But if you know, chances are you finna get over this, or you know you finna be talking back to him, get off the phone with me. Because it didn't happen to me. I didn't flew to somebody rescue and I'm all up in arms and ready to get at him. And then she turned around and started fighting on me. And I
Mm,
said, hold on. How you gonna call me over here for this? But now, and that's why when people say a woman's emotions are fleeting, it's really that fast. In that instance, when I was getting on his ass, she immediately went to me being the enemy when she called me to defend. Or I get over there and you start acting like, no, 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 don't do nothing. You can handle it. No, because as men, we are the protectors of the women. So I'm on 10 if my sister called me and say this dude been whooping on me. But
But
now,
that's
as a grown man, I look at the situation, I say, hey, sis, I don't know if I'm gonna get in that, man. When you decide you want ready to leave him, go ahead and leave, and we'll talk about that. But I don't think I'm gonna get in that. Not getting in it.
Yeah, once you know what she may do. Yeah.
I mean, I'm really not getting in it because I know the buttons that women may press. I know how these relationships can go. So I ain't getting in it. Maybe if they both call me and I can hear both sides of the story, but if a woman just called me, it's not enough evidence. I know her emotions are ruling the conversation at that moment. It's not enough evidence for me to move off of. Even if my mama called, because she didn't lie to me. So I'd be crazy to believe that in her emotional state that she just gonna 100% tell the truth. That I'd be delusional.
So it's almost like they've ruined the chance of you helping the average woman because the women that have been close to you ruin that.
Even the women just outside of me, the women that other people, women I know, just like I've seen some wild stuff, and I'm like, dude, you need to leave. I didn't see some horrible stuff,
Yeah.
horrible stuff. So yeah, it's almost like to protect yourself, you can't even, you can't even get involved.
Mm.
You can't even get involved. Just a couple days ago, about 3 days ago, a chick I know and her dude, that's my homeboy, she going around telling all his friends that he been beating her up. And the homies call me and they upset. They like, man, we can't fool with him no more, bro. We can't even mess with him. I'm like, what happened? Well, she called and told us such and such, such. I say, hold on, y'all. Y'all need to talk to bro because you don't know that what she's saying is true. Oh man, I heard the pain in that black woman's eyes. I said, she got you, bro.
Hmm.
That's how it happens. Women, that's what women do. Y'all are able to use that's a feminine power to put the tears on and make yourself feel so hurt. And doing that to a man is gonna put us on 10. So they never even heard his side of the story. So when I called him and I said, hey, bro, you need to clear this up because it's not looking good right now. And he had to call them to make them understand because if he hadn't have called them, they would have written him off. It would have probably been a fight and all kind of other stuff.
Do
And
you
all
feel
the while,
do
huh?
you feel like because you've seen it happen so often that when it does happen, you kind of automatically just don't trust her?
Um, yes, and from the common, just the average woman in her day to day, that's what really made me say, because what I realized is, although it's slightly innocent, a woman keeping her image up for society means that she lies all day, every day. So it's almost second nature to just tell little white lies all throughout the day. Understanding that means that when she's in her emotions, that's going to compound, that's going to multiply, it's going to go to 10 because it's something that she been doing second nature, especially if we talking about the average woman who got on everything fake. That's all you came out the front door with a lie. Seriously. So, you can ask the average woman something simple. It's simple stuff, and they'll just be saying anything. And I just be like, hold on, listen to what you saying. You know what I mean? And a lot of times I get, oh, well, that's not my definition of it, and we can't move like that. Because when you think like that, you think everything that you come up with is what is the way to go instead of what actually is. So them lies that get created so easily, you don't even realize the severity a lot of the times.
Mm.
You
So
say
that's
the
really why I can't trust it.
you say the average woman. So is this women that you know, or women that you bump into, or both?
Both, both.
That's wild.
As well as see online. It's even worse online. I know y'all see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I was, think I was about maybe, I think I was about maybe 19. And this girl, she got pregnant by two guys. And, well, not pregnant by two guys, but she
Yeah.
got and
Oh,
didn't know.
I was like, hold on.
Eh, Ali, pet.
Hey, I have to go, y'all. So
Okay. All
All
right.
right, peace,
we're
brother.
gonna get ready. Peace.
Good
All right.
journey.
Good
But
night.
yeah, she got pregnant and she didn't know who the father was. And she just eeny, meeny, miny, mowed it and just picked one and literally made it seem like he was the one. Like, with no doubt about it, you're the one.
The hell? And what happened?
Divorce court.
I told him she was lying. That's what happened. I've
Oh,
been
see,
about this life for
I
a
know
long
she
time.
hated you. I know she wanted to kill you.
Hey, I ain't care because I really thought about it because it wasn't for me. I've always looked at the children, right? I don't even really care about her. I didn't really care about him, but that child was going to be lied to and not really know who their father was, and then have a mother who was so ratchet and so wrong. It's like, it was just wrong. Yeah, I mean, when I see it wrong, it's just wrong. I don't care who does it. It's wrong.
Now you remember how my question for people who do stuff like that. How you no humanity? How can you go to sleep at night knowing you gonna ruin this man's life? He finna take care of a child that's not his for their entire life, as well as you done lied to the kid and they don't even know who they real daddy is. How you
I'm gonna
gonna go to sleep?
I'm gonna tell you what she said, and this is the honest truth. She said, because of the way he treated me and the things he did to me, this is what he deserves.
What about the kid?
The kid will be fine. See, they think the child won't know anything. They feel like the child won't be affected whatsoever.
Mm.
The child is just a baby. They won't know nothing. They won't know nothing about the lie. They won't know anything. They don't think beyond a year or 2 years. They don't think beyond that. They think this is my get back, and I'm gonna get you.
Selfish.
Right. Yep. And that's
I've
what she
I've
did.
heard some women that has pinned a baby on a man thinking that he would be a better father than the actual biological father.
I've seen that too.
So when you told on this woman, what did she say to you? Like, was she mad at you? Did she want to fight? Like, what
Oh,
happened?
but what she was gonna do was get mad. I mean, that was the end of our friendship. But I know these things before I open my mouth. So I already know before I open my mouth, am I willing to, is this worth losing my friendship over? And truth be told, y'all really gonna think I'm crazy now. But I did the same thing to my brother, my own brother. Right? So
Yeah.
my own brother was he ain't gonna watch this anyway. But my own brother was out there. This was many, many years ago. He married now, y'all got kids, he fine.
Okay.
But way back in the days, when I was out in Baltimore, I found out that he was with this girl. She had 3 children. And I found out he was with her, this other chick in the military, and another female. So I told the one that had the kids, who she was like deeply in love and wanted to marry him. I told her, I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, my brother, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. And I'm telling you right now, he out there doing things. Just you got kids. You need to protect your children. I look at the children. I'm just saying, I look at children. I protect
Beverly,
children
hey,
before I protect my brother, before I protect her. I didn't care about her. I really did not care about that chick getting hurt. If she had no kids, I'd have been out of it. I'd be like, well, that's on y'all. But she had children that they were doing things together, going places together, hanging out. He was dad-like. So when you're wrong, you're wrong. People thought I was wrong because that was my own brother, but sorry.
I ain't gonna necessarily say you're wrong. Uh, I got homeboys and they know if you married, bro, like I don't give a damn about what you do, but the second you try to involve me in the fuckery, you got
Yep.
another thing coming.
Yep.
You know, don't try to put me in it. Like,
Yep.
say for instance, me, you, and Terrence hung out. You know what I mean? And then me and him go out separately. Me and your wife are also friends, brother. So
Yep.
that means whatever you think you about to do, I don't care. But when you go to calling me a black, man, tell Natural I was no sir. I'm not telling her shit. I ain't telling her nothing. You wasn't with me, nigga. If you
but
said you was,
hold
you
on,
lying. If
hold
you
on,
said you was, you lying.
hold on. But if you friends with me and you friends with him, and you see him do something out of pocket that he should not be doing as a married man,
Oh, it
you
gotta get checked.
correct that brother.
Yeah, gotta
Just
get checked.
like
Don't
if
do
you
my friend like that, man.
me,
Don't do my friend like that.
but you would
Yeah.
check me. Oh, I know you would. So
I
what's
would
the
check him too. I tell him,
he
but
didn't
I'm
say
just saying, like,
involved you?
yeah, you can't do that. Don't try
Yeah,
to use me because I'm definitely gonna blow up the spot and
yeah,
you're
Yeah.
gonna get in trouble.
I'm just like mama.
The last thing I
I'm
want to
blowing up the
do,
whole spot.
the last thing I want to do is blow up the spot.
Right.
I'm trying not to do that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But if
That's
you
all
try
this.
to involve me, bro, oh no. Because now my integrity on the line. And what if she find out I lied too? I didn't even have to lie. I wasn't even in on it. I didn't get no ass. Ain't nothing happened good for me. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't got a friend. No. Mm-mm. And I wouldn't put my homeboys in no mess like that.
yeah.
And that's why I always advocate for men telling the truth. I advocate for men, uh, uh, you know, for lack of better words, having their way. But I advocate for men telling the truth. Yeah, you could have whatever woman you want, but tell her the truth, bro. Give her the option to choose if she want to deal with you on that note, on that level. You know what I mean? That's what really, signifies your manhood. Because what man who gonna be sneaking around and gotta lie? And I don't give a damn what the woman talking about. If this how I'm moving, this how I'm moving. You're not finna stop it. That's part of having the foresight of leadership. That's part of that. So if you gonna let her tell you what to do, you might as well just give her the pants.
Mm.
You're doing what the kids do. Go do something bad and come back home and try to lie. I didn't even do. Yes, you did.
That makes you look so weak. I can't respect that. I couldn't respect that at all.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Even
So
back in the day, the my
go ahead.
grandfather and them, they didn't lie. If they got caught doing something, they gonna say, listen, baby, I love you, and I've been fooling with her, and such, and this is what it is, and that's what they gonna do. And
Yeah.
then they gonna give.
Go
Hmm?
ahead. No, I was going to say I was talking to somebody. I don't know where I heard it. I can't really recall where I heard it. But a brother said that, these guys out here wanting to be a player, But a real player is when he can tell a woman that I got you and I got you, and I'm gonna tell both of y'all that I got both of y'all.
Right.
That's when you know. Not that you should do that, brothers. I'm just saying, you know.
That's when you know.
It's just a matter of keeping it real all the way around, and then you don't have to worry about nothing, you know? So, I mean, when I was in my 20s, I was the same way. I would tell a brother, I'd be like, you're not the only brother I'm talking to. So that
That's
way,
real.
when I'm out, I never had to watch my back ever, ever. So if I'm at a little dinner or whatever, I ain't got to be like, ooh, I wonder if so-and-so going to come in here. I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Hmm. You already know it's understood. If
Yep.
somebody come in there messing with you, he crazy and he deserve to get his ass towed up because you already told him.
Right.
For
Yep.
real.
Yep. It didn't stop people from getting mad, but hey, it is what it is.
And
Yeah.
that's what brothers got to see with women. It may not stop her from getting upset, but the fact that she knows already, she got to sit back and think about it.
Well, I mean, I will understand this part about brothers. They've told me most women want me to be the only one. So if I tell her, then I'm gonna lose her. So I'm gonna have to lie to her.
Yeah, but it's not true, though. Nah, it's not true. You don't always lose. No, it's not true at all. As a matter of fact, most of the time, the women gon' ski taste deal with you and try to see if she can change your mind. You gonna have time. She not just gonna be like no, unless you was never him in the first place. If you just trying to run that play without actually having the characteristics and the tangibles for it, then of course she gonna tell you no and you gonna lose her. Stay in your lane. You gotta stay in your lane. It's just real talk. The-
To say, have you? I'm sorry, Reverend Malik, I didn't mean to
Go
interrupt.
ahead.
Have you ever known of a woman that actually claimed that she was raped and never, and the story wasn't true at all?
Yes.
What happened with that situation?
It just in that particular one, it just came to light. And it was just one of the things where everybody kind of she was back in the days we used to call them berries, right? So she was a berry. So they used to pass her around,
Oh,
right? So
a
she used to
bear?
get passed around.
Oh,
So
strawberry.
right, strawberry, yeah. So she used to get passed around, right? So one day, she decided to tell this big old lie again. Same situation, different woman now. He hurt me. He upset me. He made me mad. So I'm gonna say he raped me. And of course, nobody believes the strawberry that's getting tossed around. It's a good story actually. And so it came to light. He didn't do it, and his whole image was set, it was straight. Now, fast forward maybe a year later, I was at the skating rink. Okay, y'all about to hear all my little 20-year-old stuff. I was at the skating rink because we used to hang out at the skating rink. So I was at the skating rink and I saw her drinking and having fun, and I saw her walking away to back to some apartments. And there was some brothers that started walking behind her. Now, again, I really didn't care about the girl, but I've always been a defender of the weak. I've always been that way, right? So I saw the chick going back there. She ain't come back out. I was like, oh man, now I gotta go check on this chick. So I go back there. It was an abandoned apartment building, and I saw one of those little floodlights in an apartment that was out, and she was back there with a guy, and the other two guys was over there telling, yeah, we about to go in there. They were about to run a whole train on her. So I had to bust through the door, handle that, and then that way she was saved from actually being raped. But look at look at how that actually turned out, right? Look at the fact that a year prior, she claimed to be raped, lied about it, and almost a year later, it actually almost happened to her, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So she lied a year earlier, and a year later, it almost happened to her. So everybody was yelling, you know, because we all ugly and dirty back, grimy back in those days. Like, that's karma. That's karma. Did nobody care? After that, poor thing, that was the end of her. She moved out. She had to move out the whole city. That was a wrap.
That's crazy. Um, y'all see my question on this screen?
I
What's
don't
that?
know. That's Cali slang, but I heard that.
What's that?
Why they call them strawberries?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I mean, you know, these women do this stuff. I mean, I've known females that have claimed the guy, like you said, natural. One guy is gonna be a better father, so they choose the better father. Now that's actually more common than the guy who hurt me. That's way more common.
That is sick.
Yeah,
That's
he'll be a better
horrible.
father. Yeah, yeah, and
It
they'll
ain't.
claim him, or he got more money, or he has more money.
How you gonna do that with somebody's seed? That's crazy work. Like
Okay,
what?
what do y'all think about the women that have these children? The men are in their lives for 18 years plus. Then they find out that, hey, this is not my child biologically. What do you think
Jail.
happen in a situation as such?
The woman should go to jail and pay restitution. Let me tell you what I tell every man that I know. Please don't put your name on the birth certificate. The moment you put your name on that birth certificate, you are now legally responsible, whether the child is yours or not, to pay for that child. Do not put your name on the birth certificate until you have got a DNA test, and then you go down to the courts and put your name on the birth certificate.
What about those that are married? Because whenever you are in a marriage and you have a child that is not your husband's biologically, do you know that that's in certain states that is automatically their child?
Correct. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that.
That's why Offset been saying that Stefan Diggs' baby with Cardi B is his baby because they still married. It's the truth. That's still his baby.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's crazy work.
I have no idea what's going on with them folks, but all of them people are messed up. So,
Yep.
hey, they get what they get.
Mm. I know, Bama, said you had a lot to say, especially about people lying. So you
Yeah.
share?
Uh, we pretty much ran through a lot of it. But you know, it's a new thing now where men have been lied on so much and had the police called on them so much that now men calling the laws first. Men is picking up that phone and dialing 911.
Hmm.
My fingers will probably melt before I can press 911. But I get it, bro, because it can be some trouble ensuing in the house and we arguing or whatever, and then you mad and now you want to get the police involved and it's all gonna fall on me. If you just say he hit me, they're gonna take me to jail.
You,
I
If you
don't
say
think
I don't want him in my house or I don't want him in the house, they gonna make me go stay at somebody's house. Like it's gonna
that
and I
remind
didn't even see what men call and still go to jail.
yeah, I've
that
seen it.
reminds me of a situation with my ex-husband. We were in a full-on screaming match argument when we were separating, and I had my it was I was concerned about how it was going to go, so I had my mom on the phone just in case something happened. Right? He thought I was recording him. That's what he thought. And so he came over yelling, "But are you recording me?" and hit my hand and knocked the phone out of my hand and then stomped my phone out.
That's
Right?
assault right there. From slapping your hand, to be honest.
Right. So after that happened, my mom got disconnected. She heard him yelling, and then the phone went dead.
She
So
called the law.
she called the police. Now, when the sheriffs got there, me being who I am, I was like, oh, it was just a disagreement, y'all. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. It was just a disagreement. He's gone. And they tried to push me. They tried to literally push me. Well, did he hurt you? And I was like, no. And they looked at me like I was lying. And was like, well, did he do this? And did he do that? And did he, like, really trying to push it? And I was,
Anything you say, he gone.
anything. They wanted, right. They wanted something. And I was like, no, knowing he hit my hand. But that, to me, that wasn't, I mean, come on now. Right. So I'm not going to say he hit my hand. I'm not about to say that.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying? Because then that opens up a whole basket for everything else. So fast forward, he finds out the police were called. He knew I didn't call him because I ain't doing that. So he finds out the police are called. And what I thought was really sad, it might sound nice, but he was like, you know what? You could have really got me locked up, because he was a felon. He said, you could have really got me locked up, and you could have told them and exaggerated what I actually did. You could exaggerate it. You could, and I have to at least give you respect for that. But you know what? I thought about it, and it sounded good. But when I really thought about it, I was like, that's pretty messed up that a man has to be thankful that a woman didn't call the police. I mean, we're not, when you really think about it at the core of it, he had to thank me for not calling the police on him.
For
And
doing what was right.
right. Just for, right, to do what was right. A smack on the hand, it didn't even hurt. It didn't even hurt. I mean, much less a bruise, nothing. But you had to thank me for not calling the police. That's sad. Because I guess in his previous his marriage, she did call the police on him. So, you know. But you know, it's really a sad situation that men have to keep going through this, you know?
Yep, I remember this one time, and my husband is here in the chat somewhere, if he's still listening. Like while we were dating, and we went to the gym. I was always in the gym, whatever. So we were outside the gym, like I think by the vehicle, and we're playing, like we're actually playing because like I'm a little silly, like playing kind of like wrestling and stuff. We're in our 20s, so we
Yeah.
were wrestling and stuff, and then all of a sudden this car pulls up, and it was a dark color car, dark windows and everything, and he pulls up like a black man too, like real mad, like it's actually my dad. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm talking about the dude was really, really bad. And I'm looking like I'm confused, like what's going on? And I guess he thought that Terrence was beating on me.
Uh,
And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." And he kept asking, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." He pulls out a whole FBI badge, like, and flashes it, and was just staring at us, and he did not want to leave. And I kept telling him that I'm okay, but I think he wanted me to say otherwise. And yeah, so sometimes women are pressured to do. He said the dude really wanted to arrest me. Oh yeah, he did. He did. So I don't know if the guy probably had some trauma with women getting beat on in his family, or knew somebody that got beat on, but he was, yeah. He
you
really
know, a
he was
lot of women don't report things too. I do need to be fair. There's a lot of women who, like Bamalika was saying earlier, if you're gonna go right back to them, knowing after what he did. And so, a lot of women won't report things and they'll get beat up and they don't say nothing. And so, they get tired of seeing that too. You know, it's like, are you sure? So sometimes the pressure may not necessarily be where they trying to get him, but the fact that women will take stuff.
Yeah.
you know. But it's funny. I was doing not funny, but I was doing some research the other day on abuse because I was making a post on my Sisters Only page, and I was making I was going to make a post about the different types of abuse that women go through. Whether it's sexual abuse or foot. And I was on the phone with a brother when I was actually about to post it. And you know what he said to me? He said, now type that same thing and do the research and find out how many men get hit and abused and lied on. And he said, and I guarantee you that number will be far drastically less. One, men are not going to report it. And two, they don't take them seriously. And that's why women get away with so much, because there's an underlining idea that men do wrong. Yeah, he probably did rape you, or he probably did do this because he's from this neighborhood or he hangs with these people. This is underlining idea that men are inherently so much worse.
It's that the idea is that women are so precious and innocent. That's the idea. That's the one. And we don't realize what women are really capable of until it's damn near too late. Even
Yeah,
though I admire that women are seen as that,
right.
but it's also naive. You know what I mean?
It started like when a house is on fire. Get the women and children first. Right? It's that underlining idea that, they're more precious than the men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which in a sense is true, but in another sense, we gotta respect how everybody feel, how everybody's being treated. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Real talk. Because if my part where I'm living at right now, if it caught on fire, I'm running in to get my 6'1", 300-pound son. That's what I'm running in for. I will run past everybody
Mhm.
Take
to
one of
get
the
my six
cats.
six one 300. I'm getting him out. Then I will come help everybody else.
You gonna take one of them little ugly cats with you too. It ain't gonna only be your son. Your son will carry one of them cats.
I'm grabbing my cat.
You better
I
save the cat. Save the
I
cat.
try to grab one of your children in the other arm, but I'm grabbing one of my cats.
Ah, that's cold. That's cold.
As always on these podcasts, we get to talking about other things.
I know, I know, I know.
I mean, it's beauty
But
in
I
that.
think we kind of talked the issue though.
Yeah, it's beauty in that because I mean, it's just conversation and
Yeah,
it's scripted, so this
yeah,
be this.
yeah, 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 yeah. Were there any comments that we could
There
reflect on?
was a couple of comments. Um, Shango, ain't no coming back from saying you were raped and knowing that you weren't. Um, this one here, a female tried to get me to cover a story saying that a dude raped her and conceived his child, saying he gave her liquor.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm.
Okay. She claims she woke up and he was on top of her, but show up to the awards as a couple. You better,
Whoa,
why you
that's crazy work, man. Oh my goodness. So you going around in a relationship with your rapist?
but she never filed a police report or nothing.
Yeah. She the worst kind of liar, man. That's so messed up.
That's a situation. I do want to put the caveat out there, of course, that we do understand that there are those situations in which women are afraid to tell on, things that have happened to them. So I don't want to feel like, just because she didn't file a report that it definitely didn't happen. It's just that, sometimes that situation happens too. People are afraid to speak.
And especially in a situation where it's a domestic violence
Right.
situation, because women, and I know some men will say no, but women could actually get raped by their husband, like forced upon. I mean, I've never had it happen. I give it up for free. I'm like, hey, yeah. Hey, that's my husband. Shit, he get it whenever he want to get it. Yeah.
Right.
But I'm saying, let me stop being funny. But for real, though, there's situations like that
Yeah.
where
It does happen.
they're going, they're having art. I wouldn't show up to a award ceremony. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to get more on that story there.
It does happen in marriages. It does. Um, I know I have I
How you
know
gonna stay married to somebody who done raped you?
for the same reason why a man stays with a woman that beats on him for his kids.
Hmm.
A man stays with a woman who beats on him.
Uh-huh. Because
He got a mental issue. It's something wrong.
yeah,
You gonna
but
get your
here's
ass
the
and then
thing.
in front of the kids.
Right, but here's the thing. Men don't physically feel like they don't feel like they were hurt pretty bad. It's a difference if she hit him over the head with a cast iron skillet. But if she's over there like, just hitting him and he knows he's not hurt, but she does it all the time, she's literally abusing him all the time. Every time she gets mad, she's hitting on him. He's not going to say anything. Most men don't say anything.
Yeah,
Because
see, women where I'm from, you can't let them hit you. They hit hard, and it's gonna hurt. You gonna bleed and some more stuff.
it's the way it's not funny, it's just the way he say things,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I don't think that's funny at all. Like a man getting beat on. I
No,
don't.
what was funny was him saying it that it
That's
hurts.
how he said, because
Yeah, it hurt.
he's just him. Like so,
Hurt.
I don't think that's funny at all. And I think a lot of men don't speak up, but that's another show though. Men don't speak up on it because they feel like it's a sign of weakness, so people might think that they're weak for it.
Yeah.
So
But like Bumblebee said, men starting to call the police more now.
Mhm.
yeah,
You know?
I mean, that's a good thing too.
Yeah, it is. It's a good thing.
Hmm. So, do y'all have any closing thoughts? Because let's say I'm gonna let you go ahead and close this one out too.
I don't
My
know.
closing thoughts are, uh, sisters like y'all, a breath of fresh air. Uh, despite the women that we talking about, everybody should know that most of the time when you hear men talking crazy about women or having something what women like to say negative to say about women all the time, they talking about those type of women. You know what I mean? It's not for every woman because every woman ain't like that. You know what I mean? I just want to, applaud you women for having some sense and using your common sense to not just be doing anything, you know, detrimental to the community. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, my closing thoughts are I wish men, I would like men to be able to feel um, safe enough to report when women are doing wrong to them, whether it's physical or lies. And I don't care if her whole family's against you or the world's against you or the court looks at you sideways. Just keep pressing. Just keep pressing through because you deserve that justice and you deserve that to not have your character flawed like that, So just keep pushing through. If it's something that you one of your friends going through, you going through, encourage them.
And see, that's why I'm a big advocate for men, because I feel like men don't have rights the way that, us women do. And it's a sad thing. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of people ask me, well, why are you an advocate for men when men could fight for themselves? They don't need you speaking up for them. You have a husband and blah, blah, blah. But I have brothers, I have uncles, I had a father, I had father figures. So, I mean, I have a sons. So my husband is not the only male in my world.
And
And
you understand the state of the condition.
right.
I mean, that's enough. Even if you were a single woman, you just understanding the state in which our men are struggling in is should be enough. And bump all them silly bumped head women.
I
Shoot.
do have a question for you, Miss Saber. So while you was looking in my window, why we both have on camouflage today? And I just noticed, I said, this girl have on camouflage. I have on a camouflage hat. I said, she looking in my window. See, that's that best friend in sync stuff. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Uh,
Wow. It's like we planned our outfit before we came on the show, and so that's crazy.
right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was the topic. Maybe we feel like we about to fight.
No limit soldiers.
Oh,
Yes, but
but
I'm gonna go.
I want to make a comment about what you said. I think it's sad when a woman feels like, because I've gotten the same thing with my brother's only page. Why you over there telling men what to do and trying to educate and help women? You're not doing it.
Well, I
You
can't
know,
tell a man what to do because I've never been a man. I've never been in
right?
a
All I
situation.
do is encourage, give them
Yeah.
food for thought, things to think about, topics to discuss. And to be honest with you, the page isn't even so much about um, um, telling them or anything like that, but it gives them a safe space to
Mm.
put their feelings out there. Because if a man posts something, he's less likely to share. But on that page, the men actually share and share some really in-depth stuff with other men on the page. And see, what I see is when a woman presents a topic for men to discuss,
Mhm.
men feel like, okay, a woman shared it, so let me go ahead and respond to it. But look how many other brothers benefited from it, right? Because you don't have to agree, but still you benefited from that information. So if they feel more comfortable with a woman presenting the topic, so be it, you know?
Well, with me being an advocate, I fight for many people. I fight for our people, but I have a soft spot when it comes to black men,
Yeah.
and that's why I advocate for black men, because
And
there's not many people that do.
we have
So to those who wanted to know why, that's why. But that's a whole other podcast. I think I explained it before, so I'm not going to get into it.
yeah.
But the majority of these men that I do advocate for, um, unfortunately, a lot of them are in prison most of the time, or in a coffin that I have to look at, and that stuff gets really at times, but I try to save them with my group of brothers, before it even gets to that point. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a reason behind all that. And I'm pretty sure y'all heard me speak about it before, but I'm going to go ahead and let the loveliness Saber close out.
I've never done this before. Well,
No.
I appreciate everybody coming onto the show. I appreciate your views and ideas that you have shared. And I hope that it benefits all of our listeners and those who are on social media making comments and listening to all that we have to share today. And thank you.
All right.
That's
Thanks.
all.
See y'all next week.
All right. Bye.
All right. Peace. Good night.